Jason Lee, you was looking for all these receipts, but you have yet to pick up a book. Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. So y'all, Jason Lee, who Beyonce was playing Duck Duck Goose with. Literally ran away from him because she was not interested in speaking to him at her own party. Girl, they should go ahead and let you know what type of person Jason Lee is. So normally I don't have anything really to say about Jason Lee. This is the same man who threw a drink at a black woman's face. So as we dive into this conversation, Jason Lee wants to say that Evelyn was not being a colorist and she's not racist. Now I had said something to Jason Lee on his Instagram, and I had posted, I said, Jason Lee, you're not black. People have now said that Jason Lee's father was black, I'll give him that. I've not done research or whatever, so I don't know I don't know anything. But I will say it's mighty funny how a lot of folks are identifying as Afro-Latinx when it's starting to benefit their pockets. I am noticing that. I'm seeing a lot of people are asking me my thoughts on that. I'm in the beginning stage of understanding race, ethnicity, and all the other stuff, so I cannot do a video about that. Join us on the next episode of In the Middle when my guy, my good sis, Deshaun will be there, and as well as Tasia, and probably some more folks. We'll dive into that conversation and stuff. I want to talk about Jason Lee basically saying that Evelyn is not a colorist. Jason Lee, you are very much a clout chaser. You are the biggest clout chaser because you don't really have any talent, sis. You don't really do anything spectacular. You're not a great interviewer. You just have a couple of receipts. You post them. You're no different than somebody with a YouTube channel doing videos with just audio and putting up a couple of clips and saying that you're a blogger. I mean, girl, call yourself what you want to. You're a blogger, right?
I know you're a gossiper. You're a blogger, right?
No, I'm not a blogger. I have a degree in journalism.
Oh, well, congratulations. You're a journalist. Same a blogger.
There's nothing spectacular about you. You're not an award-winning journalist. And I think journalism comes in all types of forms. It doesn't matter if it's, because all of it is gossip. But Jason Lee, for you to be this person with this enormous platform, and you're saying you're getting receipts, sis, you should have did some research of colorism. And first of all, I don't trust too many light-skinned people when it comes to topics about colorism. I just don't. Forgive me. I just can't take y'all serious. Some of you all really think that somebody's attacking y'all or and because somebody says that your hair, like I'm not interested in hearing light-skinned folks say, oh, I've been picked on and I've already posted how I feel about it on Instagram. I'll get into that later on. If you're not following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. It's uncut and raw, okay? Kenya Reese, follow me on Instagram. But I'm looking at Jason Lee and he's saying that he's not saw anything. So let's talk about it. First of all, not only is Evelyn a colorist, she's racist as well. Period, point blank. Evelyn is the same person who came up with this nickname for Cece, who is Asian, said something about Ling Ling and all that. This is the same person who had been called out about their treatment of OG, responded on Instagram and posted a emoji video or something of a monkey and then a statement. We already know what underlying thing that is when non-black folks call black folks monkey and stuff. We saw that with Michelle Obama. This is not the first time some non-black person has said something. And yes, Evelyn, I'm calling you non-black because you're not Afro-Latinx. I'm not gonna allow you to do that, girl. You ain't doing it not on my dollar. Not with my $22 in my account, you ain't gonna be doing it, sis. You were the same woman who's been using the N-word and was, like I said in my previous video, was disgusted when someone has said or tried to ask you, were you black? Did you have any black in you? And you said absolutely not. And you which tells me how you feel about blackness. You even called your ex-husband Chad Ochocinco with blue black. Like, there's so many receipts on you and how you feel about dark-skinned folks and how you feel about black folks. We know how you feel, so we get a dark-skinned person. Let me tell you something. OG is the first dark-skinned person with that tone on the show. We've never seen nobody as dark as OG on there. And just how y'all treat and gang it up, and y'all want to say, oh, it's the wigs and this and that. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's more than that. Y'all picking on her even more because y'all don't want her in the circle. And I'm gonna keep talking about this, and you're gonna always get it. When it comes to colorism, I take this very serious. As a dark-skinned, black, fat, gay man that's living with HIV, you damn right I'm gonna talk about it. I don't give a damn how you feel about it. Jason Lee got on Instagram Live and was just saying he didn't see anything. He didn't see nothing about it. And then you had, you can tell a lot by the folks who agree with it. You had Nene Leakes. You had Nene Leakes coming in on Instagram and say speak. Like Nene Leakes has not treated her blackness with Microsoft Paint features. Erasing her nose, lightening her skin. Nene, you ain't been the same color or texture since season 1 of Housewives, since you got some more money in your account. So girl, we ain't going to you to define what colorism is. We ain't going to, we know you don't like having no big nose. We know you look at this like this. You already want to fix your nose when you was on Wendy. You said something about fixing it again. So you saying you want to speak on it, speak on it. Speak on it, sis, because you just as colorist too. You hate your own color and your own complexion. And that's something you need, instead of spending money to these doctors, you need to go see a therapist for that.
You need a therapist.
So, back on Jason Lee, Jason Lame Lee, saying that he didn't see anything. That's not your place to even speak on that. First of all, this is like women, and I'm not saying that men can't speak on this, but you don't know what it feels like to be a dark-skinned person, let alone a dark-skinned black woman, and you're gonna say you don't see it. Listen first before you open your mouth. Since you the same person out here taking peppermint patties and spraying them and calling them damn wig on your head. You are the same person out here spraying wigs and straightening your hair and doing whatever. Well, not straightening your hair, because girl, I can't even call it your hair because it ain't technically no hair follicles. They saying you spraying and doing all that type of stuff. I don't know anybody, if it's 2019, you still spraying on your wig, I ain't got nothing to say to you too much. You need to work on that. Just keep spraying that. What's that stuff they call it? I can't think of that fiber on your scalp. I'm not gonna allow you to get on Instagram Live, and it's amazing how you were responding to everybody. And I'm coming back into you with facts and on facts on facts on facts. And you ain't saying nothing to me because you know you can't debate me with this, honey. You know who to talk to about. We're not asking you to be the person to define colorism. You need to pick up a book, go look up some articles and all that. You can't, like, sis, stay in your lane and watch your tone because you don't understand colorism. Colorism ain't no new thing. It's been around. People have been talking about this since the beginning of time. It's a byproduct of white supremacy. It's a byproduct of that. That's what colorism is. So, sis, first of all, you light-skinned. You would never understand what it is to experience colorism. And I'm gonna hurt some folks' feelings, and I really don't care. I personally don't believe that light-skinned people experience colorism. That'd be almost as the same as someone saying that white folks experience racism. It doesn't happen. It's not realistic. It doesn't. Dark-skinned people experience colorism. Light-skinned people experience racism. There is no up and down. There is no situation with that. Think about it. We've seen it so much. And like I said, light-skinned people don't experience colorism. They just don't. It does not work like that. It cannot go back up and down. It just doesn't work like that. And I had someone come in my comments on Instagram after I was calling Jason Lee out and saying, well, who gets to decide what dark skin and all that? Girl, if you have to ask that question, I'm not gonna explain it to you. I just don't have anything for you. I'm not gonna get into the specifics. And somebody will say, well, girl, you don't have it. No, because you know what it is. If you have to ask, ain't nobody saying, well, I'm not sure if she dark skinned. I'm not sure if she light skinned. It ain't never been said like that. So girl, move on down the road. You don't need no blood test to determine somebody dark or light skinned. Come on, like, let's move on down. But Jason Lee speaking on colorism, it will be like me speaking on astrophysics. It wouldn't make any sense. I don't know what I'm talking about. Jason Lee, stick to the gossip, TMZ, Love B. Scott headlines that you are used to. Stay away from this conversation because you have not done the proper reading to be into this conversation, sis. You have not. And that's not a bad thing. It's just you need to do a little bit more reading before you talk about something that you know nothing about. And that's the issue. Before I hop into conversations like this, I do some research. And if it's just like the Afro-Latinx situation that I'm trying to understand, I'm not hopping into that conversation because I ain't gonna be making a fool of myself on no Instagram Live, no Twitter Live, no Facebook Live, and no YouTube Live on something I know nothing about. Not as someone who's been doing this and this is my career speaking on things. I'm not going to be out here damaging my image that I don't know what I'm talking about without doing the research first. So that's what you did, looking at this Instagram with these little color pencils or something and trying to speak on colorism, which you know nothing about. So sis, sit down, read a book, put the phone down, look up some articles. There's so much stuff I can send you that talks about colorism. There's even children know what colorism is at very young ages. There are videos of children putting down and saying that the doll was ugly just because it was darker. Like, the closer you are to whiteness, the more you will be seen as intelligent, better. Like, if we are saying white is the rubric, like white supremacy has determined that whiteness is like the standard, period. So the closer to whiteness, what do you think is going to happen with that? If you're the furthest from that, what do you think? What do you think is going on? If this is saying this is the standard, this is what it is, don't you think that somebody that's closer to it is going to be treated completely different in a better way? We don't even have to use a slave conversation of house slaves and field slaves. We don't have to use it because both of them are still treated like trash. Both of them are still treated like trash. But we cannot sit over here and deny the significance of like how they looked at them, how they looked at beauty. Like, okay, we can't deny that. We can't deny that. We cannot deny that. There's so much historical context behind like colorism, and just to see someone like Jason Lee just not like try to dive into this conversation and don't understand it without doing any research. So Jason Lee, I beg of you, and then this is about the only thing I'm gonna ask, is that when you're speaking on something like this, do your research, sis, because you going in and going off of your feelings with no factual information makes absolutely no sense. It makes you look like an ass, okay, with no holes. So girl, you walk around with looking like an ass cheek that can't even shit. And you got so much backed up shit that it's just overflowing out your face. Like it's just, you just speak, I could not get on Instagram Live and saying that it's not. And I understand that, you know what, I think what the issue is with Jason Lee, I think that Jason Lee does not understand it because he does not want to get it. He does not. When people say, I just don't understand it, 9 times out of 10, they just don't want to. Anytime somebody uses the argument, I just don't understand it, 9 times out of 10, they've already formed a negative opinion about it, which means they ain't gonna do any research to try to understand it. That's why I can't take Jason Lee serious, because sis ain't interested in the conversation no way, shape, or form. So no, girl, you cannot be talking about something which you've not done any research for. You've not done the reading for this conversation. Therefore, we're gonna only tell you thank you for your services. Shani, you know you full of crap too. I'm gonna always tell you, because you on Instagram Live talking about something. It's just a show, it's just this and that. Girl, you shaking in distress in your boots too, because them girls is calling y'all out. So I cannot wait for the Basketball Wives reunion. I'm watching. I'm glad OG and CC finna be sidestepping right on out of there. Okay, slide to the left. One horn this time. Okay. So anytime you got Nene agreeing with you about colorism, you already know you're wrong. So that's all I got.